Hi YouTube. Happy Sunday. So I'm coming to you guys today before church. Actually, I'm late to talk to you guys about the Gabby Douglas situation. And I haven't made a video in a really long time just because I'm normally kind of nervous about making videos, and because I've been like just kind of focusing on getting my life together. But so for those of you who don't know, and I don't know how you cannot know, Gabby Douglas is the Olympic gold medal winner for gymnastics. She won it last week, a couple of days ago last week, and there's this uproar about her hair. And so I didn't watch the Olympic Games, but I saw like a lot of the pictures, and when people were saying things about her hair, I'm looking like, what's wrong with her hair? Like, and I was just like, okay, well, this is just a few ignorant people talking about her hair. But a couple of days ago, there was a post by a beautiful brown baby doll here on YouTube talking about Gabby's hair. And she had actually made a post the day before. It was entitled, "Your hair is laid, but you're dying," something to that effect. And basically in that particular video, she was talking about black women not wanting to exercise because of their hair, and which is kind of crazy to me, because of the simple fact that when I was relaxed, I never cared about sweating or, oh, my perm's gonna sweat out. I mean, I guess because I don't sweat as bad, I don't know, I just never cared about it. And I was also an athlete in high school, so it wasn't a big thing to me. But she was talking with a friend, and her friend made the comment that black women look good from the neck up, the wrist down, and the ankle down, and all in here, we just look a mess. And it's so sad, but that crap's true. Like, we do, like, I live in a predominantly white town, but it's a college town, and so there are a lot of, there's a good bit of African Americans. And all up and downtown, you see all types of different people jogging, but you rarely see any of us. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. But back to the Gabby situation. So beautiful brown baby doll said that, and then there was this whole thing about Gabby and her hair. And in her other post about Gabby, she was just like, who cares? Like, this is a 16-year-old girl that just won a gold medal. Who cares about her hair? And me, I completely agree. Like, I don't understand. If you've ever done any type of physical exercise, or you've ever done any type of, like, if you've ever been an athlete, I played basketball. You don't care. You don't care about your hair. You're not slicking your hair back every 5 minutes. If anything, you're doing whatever you can to keep your hair out of your way. And for people my thing is, I kind of feel like it's a crab in a bucket mentality. And I hate to say that about us, but it's true. It's just like this child, she's 16 years old. She's 16, and before I even go into how she won the gold medal, the girl, from what I've read and heard, at 14 years old, told her mother that she wanted to move to Iowa and train with the person who is now her coach. And that's amazing in itself. At 14 years old, you have such a sense of purpose. You are so aware of your gift, and you have so much discipline and foresight that you're willing to up and leave your family for 2 years just to go train because you're determined, you have a goal in mind. I'm 27, and I know some 27 and 30-year-olds that don't have that type of discipline, that won't take a better paying job because they don't want to move away from their families. And this young girl was 14 when she left her family for 2 years, and now she's an Olympic gold medalist, and all you guys can talk about is her hair. Seriously? Her hair. First of all, okay, even with her having a relaxer, and people were comparing her hair to her teammates, honey, they're white. Like, I hate to break it to y'all, but like, even with our hair relaxed, it will never be as slicked back as theirs. We have a kinky texture hair, whether it's relaxed or not relaxed, it's just not gonna lay like white people's. Secondly, I read this article on Urban Bush Babes where a woman did an article in the Washington Post about it. And at the end of the post, I mean, it was basically giving a summary of what everyone was saying on Twitter. And then at the end of the post, there was this woman that was saying even her, I think her 60-year-old grandmother or aunt cringed and was like, why didn't that baby do her hair? And at the end, they said, but they feel like the criticism is coming from a good place. It's not. It's not. And she said that because she says, when you're representing us, they want you to look your best. Okay, that's fine when you're going for a job interview. That's fine when it's something that doesn't, like, require physical, you know, exercise, or for you to be physically out there running, jumping, and tumbling. It has nothing to do with that. I like, honestly feel like it's a crabs in the bucket, like, mentality. Because first of all, you want her to look her best when she's representing us. Do you know white people don't know when we need a relaxer? Like, they're not concerned about that. The white people who were, black people that were commenting on the post and saying things about her hair, white people were chiming in and going, what's wrong with her hair? Newsflash, black people, they know nothing about our hair. They don't know. They don't know when we need a perm. They don't know when we need a relaxer. They don't know when our edges are jacked up. To them, it's just our hair. We're the only people that notice that. And to me, like, the people that made the comments, and this is not to offend you all are more than welcome to your opinions. At the same time, y'all completely missed the big picture. Completely went over your head. And it makes me question, like, what, like, as a people, are our priorities right? You worried about your hair. You worried about this young girl's hair, but she's 16. She just won the Olympic gold. She's a black girl. And then on top of it, she just signed a $9 million contract with Kellogg. Her mother just went from working 3 jobs to not having to work another day in her life if she doesn't want to. That's the big picture, guys. Like, not her hair. She can go buy a salon if she wants to. And it's just, to me, I feel like it's a crabs in the bucket mentality, just because there are a lot of us that are way older and we have no sense of purpose. We have no idea what our gift is. It hasn't been cultivated. And, you know, when you don't know your purpose, when you don't know your gift, to see other people expanding and working in that purpose and working in that gift, it's like being in a spiritual prison almost. It's like being behind bars and you have to watch people constantly live out their day. Go back and forth to work, go shopping, go do whatever, and you're sitting there behind bars and you're aching to get out and you can't. But what we have to realize is she should be an inspiration to us. And it shouldn't, like, the things that we're saying shouldn't come from a place of hurt and anger and criticism. She should inspire us to go find our purpose, to do what it is that we want to do, to live out our dreams and our goals, like, to have that discipline. And it just makes me really sad that that's all anybody or a lot of people could think about is that child's hair. I mean, how many of us can say, at 16 I signed a $9 million contract? How many of us can say, I've left the country, that they've even left the country before? How many of us can say I went to the Olympics, even if you were just a spectator? Like, there aren't many. And I just think we need to